Hi guys, welcome back on board to the Crypto Cruise. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Algorand, what Algorand is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some chart analysis, some potential price targets. Is it possible for Algorand to go to $10 or it can potentially go to zero? We're going to talk definitely about that, my analysis on the matter. And of course, we're going to talk about Ethereum, where it's heading in the immediate short term. We almost hit all-time high for Ethereum a few days ago. And I think, potentially we're going to start hitting all-time highs even next week. But before we start talking about Algorand, let's just start today's show with a Bitcoin chart, as we always do. And I've told you guys, since the bottom of November 2022, Bitcoin was around 15,000. At the time of recording this video, Bitcoin is around 117,000. Yesterday, a few days ago, not yesterday, the day before, we actually hit all-time high, and we're just experiencing a small correction. I don't think this correction will last long. I think next week, because as you all know, yesterday they had a meeting between Trump and Putin, and I think they've agreed. They already have that peace deal in mind, but it has to be negotiated with the European Union and Zelensky. And I think they're meeting on Monday, and they will announce it that the peace deal will be there, or if it's not a peace deal, there's going to be some kind of ceasefire, and the war will calm down. And this can potentially catapult the markets, and this can be the blow of top that I've told you it can potentially happen. So I've told you corrections like this are actually for buying, because we're in a raging bull market when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to Ethereum, when it comes to the traditional markets such as S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial, Nasdaq. We're definitely in a bull cycle. So the trajectory is to go on for higher prices. So what I'm actually anticipating, I have two case scenarios. We're experiencing this correction and a blow of top, which can continue by October, November of this year, and can potentially Bitcoin start hitting price of above 160,000. Or the other case scenario is basically just consolidate between these prices. The peace deal between these two countries basically get postponed. And the blow of top again will happen, but it can happen next year, February, March, or quarter two of next year. Let's see how this thing is going to play out, but so far so good. We're definitely in a raging bull market, so there's nothing for you to worry. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, I see nothing but bullish momentum. I see reverse head and shoulders. I see ascending triangle patterns. We broke out of this multi-year resistance line, and potentially we can come back and test it. So the left shoulder we formed between the period May and November of 2021 of its all-time high for Ethereum, 4,868. The bottom in June of 2022, price of around 860. And as I've said, ascending triangle pattern forming for over a year and a half here, and we've tested this resistance line multiple times in November 2021, again in March of 2024, in May of 2024, and at the end of last year in December, we almost broke above it. Everyone was thinking we're going to break above it, but we actually collapsed. We capitulated. Then Trump introduced the tariffs and V-shaped recovery, and for continuation of the trend on the upside. And once we broke a price of above 4,200 for Ethereum, I've told you guys, I'm not going to be surprised if you actually come back and test this resistance line at price of around $4,000 or even lower, a little bit lower than that, for continuation of the trend on the upside. And if we measure this ascending triangle pattern, the price target should be somewhere around 6,600. This can potentially happen by end of October. One final shake-off, one final correction, and a blow of top, and I'm not going to be surprised if Ethereum start hitting prices above 5 digits. Now, let's see how this thing is going to play out, but this is definitely bullish. Bitcoin is in a bull market, and sooner than later the altcoin season will happen, and with that, some of the altcoins will definitely outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now, is Algorand can be one of those coins that can actually outperform these two coins with such a huge market cap valuation? Potentially, yes. Again, Algorand can easily go to zero, so always do diligence and make your own research, because anything I'm saying in this video it's not a financial advice. I'm repeating, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice, but we have to look what happened the previous bull cycle here. So basically, until end of December, the price of one Algorand was less than 30 cents, was around 25, 26 cents. And at the peak, we hit $3. So if something like that plays out, and we go and test this all-time high prices, and we actually break above it, we can have a full price discovery. But what I'd like to see first is to have a little bit more strength. So I'd like to basically break above this resistance line that we tested multiple times in February of 2023. We tested it here in December of 2023. We tested it in March of 2024. And November of 2024, we actually broke above it. We started testing this previous resistance as support, but we couldn't hold it and we collapsed. Now we're forming a double bottom formation, and we're still below this resistance line, trying to break above it. We tested it here in July of 2025, but we couldn't break it. So I'd like to see price of above 35 cents, take out this local top in December of 2024, price of around 60 cents, and we can quickly snap to its previous all-time high, prices of above $2.50 to almost $3. Of course, if we take out this local top and we break above this resistance line. Again, if we go there, we can potentially consolidate for a few weeks or even for a few months. The true speculation of the altcoin season can kick in, and Algorand can find a full price discovery. And as I've said, from $3, Algorand can easily go to $7, $8, even $10. But we have to be, I mean, right now it sounds very unrealistic, but in altcoin season, layer ones tend to outperform most of the other crypto assets. So we just have to wait and see. I mean, again, Algorand can easily go to zero, can never actually break above this resistance, or we can never, it potentially can never come and test this local top that we formed, and never take out its all-time high. That's another possibility, but we have to wait and see. The altcoin season hasn't happened yet. I mean, we're definitely in a bull season, right? But the true speculation hasn't kicked in, and let's see how Algorand will perform, right? Potentially, because it's so undervalued, I think it's a good investment, and potentially Algorand will be able to outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin in the immediate short term, in the next 3 to 6 months. Let's see how this thing is going to play out. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, that would be absolutely amazing. With that subscription comes exclusive content. Some of them, with the most undervalued, underappreciated coins, my 2 books of how to become a sophisticated trader. Of course, one-on-one consultation of how basically to navigate through this bull season and take most advantage of the situation. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.